Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your phone calls, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. A lot to talk about today. We talked about the offense yesterday. We'll kind of break down the defense today, look at the 2022 Auburn roster. Who Auburn has coming back, who they have that needs to step up, where the positions that they are maybe the thinnest or maybe they feel the best about. So we'll kind of look at that today. Love to get your thoughts on that and your opinions. You can give us a call, 256-234-6221, or you can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today. Got a little frog in my throat here, David. Excuse me.
I thought you were a little subdued today.
A little bit.
I should have brought you a peach shake from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that would have hit the spot for sure. Well, we appreciate, all of you out there being with us today. And again, if you got anything on your mind, let us know, and we'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the day today. David, how are you doing today on this beautiful Friday?
I'm good. Yeah.
Got any plans for the weekend?
We're going into Auburn this evening for dinner, run a couple of errands. Always good to be in Auburn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, I take that back. Tomorrow night I'll be in West Point, Georgia.
West Point, Georgia.
Sip Cafe and playing a little jazz.
Okay.
Sunday I'll be at Copper's at Stillwater's for the brunch.
Right.
And then back on Monday for the show. So a little music in my weekend.
Hey, that's good. The people need music. That brings
music soothes the soul.
The savage beast for sure. We are yesterday was 2 weeks exactly until SEC Media Days will be getting underway, and Auburn will be featured on the final day. So we're going to have to wait. Once things kick off on the 18th, we're going to have to wait all week till we get to Auburn there on Thursday. So that should be – but it's always fun. This year hosting in Atlanta, not in Birmingham this year.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they decide who goes first, who goes when? Are they just –
That's a good question. I don't know.
Rotation.
They cast lots. I don't know.
Yeah.
Flip a coin. I've never understood.
But it's like Auburn has always been the Winfrey, hadn't it, Andy?
Except for one time it was in Atlanta.
One time, okay.
Several years. I think that was 2018. But I think they, like everything else, they want to move it around. And
plus, I wonder if that has anything to do with
up.
the World Game. The World Games are going on in Birmingham, and that's going to last for about 2 weeks. So I don't know. Maybe not.
They've been talking about doing that for a while, moving just like they've been. There's always talk about moving the SEC baseball tournament out of Birmingham.
Yeah.
Out of Hoover. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, it seems like Auburn has been on the last day for like 2 or 3 times here as of late.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
I was wondering what the deal is on that.
How if it's random that they choose who goes when. If they would have had their if they could go back, I'm sure they would desperately want to put Alabama and Texas A&M on the same day. I mean, desperately. But I think it would be a little bit obvious if they went back and changed it now.
Back to back would have been fun.
That would have been funny. That would have been interesting.
For sure.
All right. We'll kind of kick things off here, and then we'll dive into the roster defensively. But confidence in Auburn's 2022 schedule. This was a little article that was written on Inside the Auburn Tigers. Their writers, I think there were 4 of them that were polled. And basically, so you got 12 games.
Yeah.
You can give a 12 is your most confidence in a game. 1, obviously, your least confidence.
So we're talking about degree of difficulty. That's what we're actually
Essentially. So, as it shaped out, when they voted, when you just added up these writers at inside the Auburn Tigers, their most confident win, or most confidence in a win, is against Mercer, which you would imagine.
Of course, yeah.
Their least confident is a tie between Georgia and Alabama. 1. Only 1. That's the average confidence. The last little bit there. So, I was interested to see if your assessment is in line with theirs. It goes in succession here. Most confident, Mercer, and then right below that, San Jose State, Western Kentucky. Clearly, that's everybody's going to be feel the same way about that. Missouri, LSU, Mississippi State, more confident in a win at LSU at home than at Mississippi State. Arkansas, Penn State, less confidence to win at Ole Miss than Penn State, Arkansas, Mississippi State, and LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M, or at Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Georgia, Alabama, tied. Is that pretty much your assessment as well, or would you change anything?
I'd only switch one of them. I think I'd have LSU ahead of Mississippi State in degree of difficulty.
Okay.
And I've told you on the show multiple times, and I'll repeat, the Ole Miss game scares me this year. For whatever reason, my intuition. So I would leave that the same. I would have Ole Miss at 4, Penn State at 5. And then Arkansas, but then I'd have LSU, then Mississippi State as far as the harder game. That's pretty accurate to me. What about you?
I get it that LSU was not great last year, and they lost quite a bit. They had they had a coaching change. I get all that, but I don't know if I could ever, in good conscience, put Arkansas, Mississippi State, or Ole Miss and say I felt more confident about a win against those teams than I do against LSU.
So you bump that one way on up there.
Yeah, I can't do that. Number one, I don't care where it is, if it's Auburn or if it's Oxford. Auburn plays Ole Miss well. They always have. Mm-hmm. And Ole Miss has gotten better, but I don't think Ole Miss is going to be better this year than they were last year. In fact, I think they'll be worse.
Yeah.
Now, going on the road, that's certainly not a guaranteed win.
Right.
And Arkansas, too. I mean, Arkansas, you feel better about a win against Missouri, LSU, Mississippi State than you do Arkansas? Really? I get it. Arkansas has gotten better. Mm-hmm. But they're an 8-win team.
Yeah. But, there again, I'm looking at –
And it's at home.
Yeah, that one's at home. And that's why they put Mississippi State ahead of LSU, because that one is on the road.
Yeah.
I still think the jury's going to be out on Les Miles 2.0 and Mr. Kelly, Coach Kelly.
Yeah.
Going to have some fun with that. I may have to eat grass on that one. We'll see. But there again, regardless of where you stack this up, we still are rated the toughest schedule in America this year.
And Auburn's always going to have a top 10, usually top 5, most difficult schedule in the country.
Yeah.
Simply because you play Georgia and Alabama and LSU and Texas A&M every year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just – and you're going to throw in a tough out-of-conference like a Penn State or whoever, it would be.
And improving year. Arkansas.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're going to have one of the more difficult schedules. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's just kind of a given. So I didn't even factor that in anymore. Mm-hmm. But I just thought that was somewhat interesting. I don't know, obviously Georgia and Alabama. If you had to say pick one or the other, least confident or more confident, Georgia or Alabama, at Georgia or at Alabama, which would it be?
Oh. I'm going to stick with them. It's a tie. Well, I'll say this. At Alabama, just because of the intense rivalry and the Iron Bowl and crazy things have happened in that stadium with the comeback and some different games. So
yeah, until we prove differently, I have no confidence that we can beat Georgia. Yeah. I've seen us beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in Tuscaloosa, it's been a while. Yeah, but
yep.
we hadn't even threatened to beat Georgia in a while.
No.
So
no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Alabama on
yeah,
that.
I think Georgia's probably for mine the least confident at this point, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more confident in Tuscaloosa than Athens.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts out there?
A
Yes.
little bit.
If you got any thoughts on that matter, let us know. 256-234-6221. Who do you most confident in? Who are you least confident in an Auburn victory when you look at the 2022 schedule? I feel like we pretty much are all going to agree it's those middle 5 or 6 that you could, that's the order that's probably going to change.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we got to take our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
It's been 30 years. 30 years of growth. 30 years of dedication. 30 years of service and value to our great customers. 30 years of automotive technology and innovation. We are proud to celebrate our anniversary at Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, making you smile for 30 years.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by the good folks at Big Fish Real Estate. Give them a call today for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. 551-BIG FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Ty says, why is Walker Kessler not playing in the summer league? I think it has to do with the trade. There's some mitigating factor about if you were traded, you're not eligible to play until a certain amount of time has passed or something. I don't know the exact details of it, but I think that's what it has to do with. I think he'll eventually play. It's just going to be delayed a little bit because he was traded. Ty also says, I saw where the SEC Network is going to televise some Auburn basketball games in Israel next month. That should be interesting. Love to see that, get an early preview of the Auburn Tigers.
And the other thing, Andy, with that is the NCAA allows us some extra practice time in order to prepare for that trip. So that's just extra court time and minutes, plus the games that our guys get together, this new group. So.
Just a little note, Kane, I think we still got some music playing in here.
We do.
Let's go to the phone line. Hey, Terry, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Guys, TGIF, thank God it's Friday, right?
Absolutely.
Yes,
how are you doing today?
Doing great. Never had a bad Friday in my life. I know this is going to be a surprise to you guys, and probably people have heard me call in for some time, but I really believe that Auburn's going to beat Georgia. And Andy, did you say on a scale of 1 to 12, is that what you said?
I did.
Okay, I'll give them a 10.
Wow.
I think they're going to beat Georgia, and I know everybody's out there wondering, well, why in the world would you make that prediction? For two things. First of all, I don't think Stetson Bennett can win a game for Georgia, and I think Auburn could force him to have to do that. I think Georgia won the SEC and the national title last year based on the fact that he had tremendous talent around him. I don't think he can win the game, but he can sure lose one for you.
Yeah.
You know, and I think they're going to have a little bit of a national championship hangover. So I see them falling off to a 9-3 season. I really do. I just don't have any faith in Stetson Bennett, guys. I just don't.
Well, Terry, that's a good point. And I don't keep up with Georgia, but I wonder, did they lose that much this year that you think they'd slip to 9-3 or possibly?
I think they lost like 8 or 9 starters on defense, didn't they, Andy?
Yeah, they lost nearly about the entire defense.
They had a bunch of guys drafted.
And quite a few, and they lost their two best receivers. They lost, a couple of offensive linemen that were really good. So, they lost quite a bit.
I just think they're going to take a step backwards. I really do, and that's what I base things on. And I hate to harp on Stetson Bennett because he's done nothing but win. But so to go against what I'm saying, but I just think if Auburn can put that kid in a situation where he's got to beat him, or anybody for that matter, I don't think he can.
Well, just by the
think
laws,
he's that kind of quarterback.
Just by the laws of probability, Auburn will sneak up and beat Georgia at some point. So.
Well, Terry, we're going to spend a lot of the rest of the show talking about Auburn's defense, and so that will be. And I'm very confident in our defense this year. What we've got coming back, but this will be one of Kirby Smart's best coaching jobs, probably, if he can lead this team back to the promised land because of everything that they've lost.
Well, and I'm anxious you guys talk about the defense today because I believe sincerely that the game of football now is played on the offensive side of the ball, and when Auburn is good is when they're good on offense, and when they're bad on offense. It's as simple as that. So, but here's the thing, guys. I do think Auburn's going to lose to Missouri. I think they're going to lose to Missouri and beat Georgia.
That would be typically Auburn. To be
what have you been drinking on? What you been drinking on this Friday, Terry?
Well, let's just say I started the happy hour early.
Okay.
Just kidding. Guys, y'all take care. Have a great weekend.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
you too.
Thanks.
Jim says ESPN preseason poll has Auburn number 11, LSU number 10, Georgia number 3, Alabama number 1. If they're right, Auburn's going to be 9-3 or 10-2. They're about to beat a bunch of good SEC teams. So
well,
SEC's starting them out pretty high.
Preseason polls are about
they're about as
fun to look at.
Yeah.
But Terry always says that offense. I tell you what, in this day and time of the spread and offense and athletes, what you're seeing from a coaching standpoint, what I see, and my son-in-law is a very good high school coach, and they've had to match up. You see defense. You remember back in the old days, you had the big, huge guys on the offensive line. Even some of your linebackers were big. Now, in this day and time, your edge rushers could probably play running back.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to put speed and quickness and athleticism on the field on defense. I'm leading into our defensive discussion. To combat all of the crazy stuff that these coaches are doing offensively now that you didn't see years ago.
Then we got another phone call. Okay. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, good evening, fellas. War Eagle.
War Eagle,
hey,
how are you?
War Eagle.
Yeah, I was just calling. I kind of agree with the last caller when he said he thinks that we will beat Georgia this year. I don't think Stetson Bennett will be ready. He'll have a championship hangover. But looking at our schedule, I think all our games we were able to win. It's just a matter of us going out there, doing what we have to do. I just think that Brian Harsin is got the team focused, and I think we'll go out and have a pretty good season. I don't know what our record would be because I don't like to say who will beat us and who won't, but I think we're going to have a pretty good season. I'm going to hang up and listen to you guys. I'm babysitting my grandson right now, so I'm trying to help him out with some things, but I'll just hang up and listen. Thank you, guys.
I appreciate it, Harold. That's good work.
I like it.
What else? I mean, what better time can you spend than babysitting your
Well, I was
grandson?
going to tell Harold, I just sent 3 of mine back down to the Gulf Coast. They were with us for a few days, so nothing like those grandbabies. And Harold, let me say this. I've said this before to Andy. We've had 0 players get in the portal since the spring game. So the guys that are on campus have bought in. And I know they're putting in the work. Harold's very positive. I know a lot of other people are. I have no idea how many games we're going to win. I'm just excited for it to get started.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that you're hearing out of Auburn that are good, like that everybody that's on the team has bought in. Like that culture that, we talked about culture change. Brian Harsin talked about that when he took the job. That seems to be taking root.
Yeah.
So, but those things, it's easy to say those things. Will we see the fruit of that?
Yeah.
That's when the wins and losses. That's where that comes into play. So, I'm thrilled that Terry and Harold have confidence we're going to beat Georgia. I have none. Okay, so it's got to be proven to me. But I'm glad that there's some optimism out there.
But it scares me that Terry thinks we're going to lose to Missouri.
Yeah, that's true. Up against another break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We're brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. They are saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. All right, Ty says 8-4. He likes, losses to Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Georgia. That seems reasonable. I would love to say we go in and beat Ole Miss, go 9-3, win a bowl game, win that 10 games.
Yes, sir.
That's what I said the other day. I think that would bolster us into 2023 with probably a top 10 recruiting class, top 15 for sure, and a lot of momentum. But
totally agree. And guess what? Also, as soon as the season is over with, they're going to turn the key on that new building. At the end of the season, they said that should be ready.
Yep.
Ready to roll. And if we can come off a solid season into that new facility, recruiting gets going. But, Auburn being Auburn, which we like to kid about, there's probably a game or two we're going to win that people think we shouldn't, and there might be one that we lose that we should have won. It's just totally unpredictable right now. But I'm pretty close to tie. I've told y'all this. I'm scared of the Ole Miss game. For what reason, I don't know. If we go 5-0 in that first five homestand, somehow beat Georgia, that Ole Miss game is just sitting there as a trap game. But heck, let's just tee it off and see what happens.
John Paul says, could Auburn football be looking at anybody else in Montgomery? Oh, I'm sure they probably are. I mean, James Smith, Quay Russaw, those
Carver
are two
kids,
huge guys that, I know a lot of people look at that and say, it's a pipe dream. Maybe it is. But Auburn's going to do everything they can to try to get those guys. And I don't think Russaw I don't think that's too far of a stretch to think that he would come to Auburn. And they say they're going to be a package deal. Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe.
When will we know the destination?
But I'm sure there's more kids in Montgomery besides those two, but I'm not sure. Don't have them off the tip of my tongue.
But those are your bell cows.
Yeah.
Have they said when they're going to announce?
I don't think so. I think they're going to be two that'll take their time for sure.
Yeah.
All right, David, let's look at the defense a little bit here. Defensive line, obviously that's where it starts. You got seniors coming back, Marquise Burks, Derek Hall, Iku Leota, and you got the transfer from Memphis, Morris Joseph. So you juniors, Kobe Wooden, Marcus Harris, Zeke Walker. Okay, Kobe Wooden, feel great about. Probably, he may be the best defensive player on the team.
Yeah.
Marcus Harris, transfer from Kansas last year, really, really good.
Yeah.
Very good. Derek Hall could be NFL good.
Yeah.
Iku Leota, he had some really nice moments last year. I feel great about Derek Hall, Leota, Wooden, and Harris. Feel great about those guys. That's only 4 guys.
Yeah.
Marquise Burks, he's serviceable. He could be a nice backup. Zeke Walker has shown some potential, but he was 20 tackles, 2.5 for loss in his career. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe Joseph comes in and gives you some production from the defensive end, edge rusher position.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what to expect. A kid from Memphis.
Right.
He had decent numbers.
Yeah.
Not great. They wouldn't jump off the page. I'm going to tell you who's going to have to be good, David. If Auburn's defensive line takes a step and becomes a force, then Jason Jones, the transfer from Oregon, big, deep, humongous nose tackle.
He's a refrigerator.
Jeffrey Imba, the junior college transfer, #1 junior college player in the country. They looked at, you see a picture of him, he is a monster.
Yeah.
And Dylan Brooks.
Yep.
Now, you're talking about a transfer from Oregon, a transfer from junior college, from France, born in France, and Dylan Brooks, who didn't play last year.
But I'm gonna
all 3 of those guys gonna have to be really good, David.
I'm gonna give you a player to watch in each one of these groups based off what I saw in the spring game, Andy. And Dylan Brooks is a guy to watch. Even the players are talking about the strides that because last year I thought we'd see him, and but he was young. The players and the coaching staff are just on fire for what Dylan Brooks is bringing to the table every day in his work ethic, and he's obviously an athlete. So, and I think Marquise Burks is going to step on up there and be who he needs to be this year. So, I feel really good about the defensive line.
A guy that it could end up being a huge get for Auburn. Marquise Robinson enters the transfer portal and ends up coming back. So I thought he showed a lot of promise. He actually got on the field for a couple of times. I think he's got a lot of potential. Now, will he realize it? I don't know. And I say that about Morris Joseph. Look, if I didn't expect a whole lot from Iku Leota coming from Northwestern, and he played. I don't think anybody thought they were going to see a lot of Marcus Harris from Kansas. Hey, coming from Kansas?
Yeah, right.
Well, who cares?
Yeah.
He turned out to be one of our better defensive linemen. So if Joseph is that good and Joseph Jones, if we get that kind of production from those guys, then Auburn's defensive line will be fine. And I think Derek Call could have a really, really big year.
And Andy, who was the guy last year from UAB? Was it Tony Fair?
Mm-hmm.
Jason Jones is Tony Fair.
Just to add about 6 inches.
Add a bigger body.
Yeah.
He's huge. Yeah. So
we'll talk about linebackers when we come back. Auburn's got some potential there, but
on one guy.
Yeah. We got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Alex City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the river region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker! Brubaker! Brubaker!
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. We are looking at the Auburn roster for 2022, the defensive side. Linebacker. We looked at the defensive line last segment. Owen Papo, returning, hopefully 100% healthy, claims to be 165 tackles in his career, 12 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. I mean, he's got to be the glue at the linebacker position.
There's no question. You and I talking off the air. Our defensive, what's the word I'm looking for?
Mentality, character?
Mentality, yes.
Soul.
Soul. There you go. If Owen Papo is healthy and can lead this linebacker core, because as you and I get into it, you've got 4 columns here, and I'm going to talk a minute about the player to watch. Those 4 names in the middle right there are huge. If Owen Papo is healthy and can be the bell cow and the leader that we need in that room, those 4 in that next column that you're going to mention, it's critical that 2 or 3 of those guys come on and just wear it out this year.
Yeah, 1 senior, a lot of juniors. We get the transfer from North Carolina, Eugene Asante. Like, he had 62 tackles in 2 years at North Carolina, but what can you expect? I think he's solid. I don't think he's going to bring anything spectacular, but Wesley Steiner last year, Cam Riley, Desmond Tisdale, Joko Willis, the guy that's kind of moved around. He's made some eye-popping plays on special teams. He's got some tremendous athleticism, but can he be? I think they moved him maybe even to the edge position, so yeah. he may be kind of a hybrid bounce around from. And then you got the 2 freshmen, Robert Woodyard and Powell Gordon, and can they contribute early? We'll see. I would expect maybe Gordon to possibly contribute on special teams. Woodyard probably as well, but maybe one of those guys can get in and contribute. We will see. But that front 7, I feel comfortable with it right now. I have to kind of wait and see what the linebacking core looks like and if they can stay healthy. But if they do, pretty much like where we're at. We're like where we're at there.
Andy, I mentioned this yesterday on the offensive side of the ball, and we were talking about receiver production. And I said, so much of that is tied directly to the quarterback position. So much of this linebacker core and what they can do is tied to that front line. How many holes can they stuff? How many guys can they occupy effectively? How much pressure can they get into the backfield so that our linebackers can do what they need to do? So
you're also talking about a new defensive coordinator, Jeff Schmedding. You're talking about new defensive line coach, Jimmy Brumbaugh. So a lot of different moving parts here. Perhaps, are we going to see the same type of defense we saw in the Iron Bowl? I'd love to see that.
Well, the story I'm not going to tell that story, but you know the story on that. And Lord help us if we see rush 3 and drop 8 again for the majority of the season. I'm gonna have to throw my popcorn or something.
Speaking of the secondary, cornerback, 1 senior, Nehemiah Pritchett. He has actually graded out as one of the better defensive backs in the country at times. So he could have a really nice year. Jalen Simpson, a lot of talent there. A lot of experience. You bring in DJ James from Oregon, the junior. You bring in a sophomore from Iowa State, Craig McDonald. those two guys, maybe they play in a backup role. Maybe they find their way into the start lineup. I don't know. AD Diamond, I've heard good things about him maybe stepping up and maybe getting some playing time this year. Then you got two freshmen, Austin Osbury and J.D. Rhyme at cornerback. Safety, no seniors. Zion Puckett, 67 tackles in his career. He's been all over the place. Donovan Kaufman transferred from Vanderbilt last year, played well. He kind of switched back and forth between the safety and the nickel.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the number one safety in junior college, Marquise Gilbert. How does he figure into it? Caleb Wooden, an early enrollee. He burned things up in spring.
That's Colby's brother, isn't he?
Colby's brother. People were raving about him. So,
let me tell you who I'm going to rave about, DJ James.
Really?
From Spanish Fort High School, Oregon.
Right.
He had a great spring game. He's going to be the third piece there in that cornerback.
Keontae Scott's another one, too. No, I think really highly. I neglected to put him on here because he was not listed on the roster for some reason.
Is he corner?
He is a cornerback. Okay. Coming out of junior college as well, or I think Snow College or something up in Utah.
Okay. Yep.
But there's another one to add into
Snow
that.
Community College.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
actually, now that I look at it and think about it, I may feel more comfortable about the secondary than I do the front seven.
I don't see a whole lot of experience depth, Andy. Do you, just looking at this?
No,
but the names that are on these lines, I feel confident in them.
Yeah.
I like what DJ James is going to bring.
Well, how much? I mean, you got a lot of experience with James coming from Oregon.
Yeah.
You got a lot of experience with McDonald coming from Iowa State. He played as well. So.
And who's the one you said was the top junior college
safety?
Yeah.
Marquise Gilbert.
Oh, Marquise Gilbert.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting to see what he brings to the table.
Special teams, Anders Carlson coming back, Oscar Chapman coming back. You're adding in Alex McPherson, the freshman kicker. Ben Patton did pretty good last year in backup duty as a kicker. Marshall Myers has gotten some punting experience with Oscar Chapman. So special returners, that's always up for grabs.
They'll figure that out.
Yeah, you new guys emerge, it seems like every year with those kind of things. I would be surprised if Nehemiah Pritchett was not amongst those, and maybe even Tank Bigsby or either maybe one of the other.
I'd have him back there running kickoffs back for sure.
Maybe Damari Austin. Who knows?
Well, with Carlson, Chapman, and McPherson, that's three powerful legs. I'm not worried in the least about our kicking.
No, I feel pretty good about that for sure. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this apparently rainy Friday, right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your number one stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go. Conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Hopefully, you will be joining us each and every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, right here on your Spectrum cable dial or on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. Again, I hope everyone has a great weekend.
It is raining in Alex City.
It is raining, yeah.
My wife watered her flowers this morning. We should have known.
I guess so. That's the way it goes. I hadn't seen a cloud in 3 or 4 days, and all of a sudden today. But that's the way it goes. That's all right. We probably needed to rain.
Probably do.
It is the 8th of July, if you can believe that. We are hurtling toward it'll be Christmas before you know it, Dave. On this day in 1889, I'm just telling you, people were tougher back in those days.
I can't believe this.
This is unbelievable. John L. Sullivan successfully defended the last officially sanctioned bare-knuckle World Heavyweight Prize Fighting Championship on this day in 1889. His opponent, Jake Kilrain, Kilrain's trainer threw in the towel after 75 one-minute rounds. After the 75th round, he said, "No mas."
I thought you hit the wrong number on the keyboard on that. 75 minutes they boxed bare knuckle.
And
I can't.
And still wasn't done. He had to throw in the towel to make it stop.
He's saying, "Don't. I can go on. I can continue."
That is just I can't. Could you imagine? I wouldn't last around.
No. Andy, did you ever box back in the day?
No.
You ever boxed?
Not legally.
Well, yeah, I have boxed a couple of times.
Yeah.
You want to get in shape? Box. I mean, that will absolutely. I got in trouble, and this is how far we've come in education, or how far where we used to be. I got in trouble in PE class, and had to box.
Oh, really?
The PE teacher made us box. Yes.
Did you get gloves?
Yeah, we did get gloves.
Okay.
We beat the crap out of one another, and then we went to lunch together in the lunchroom. So, but my point is, having boxed, I can't believe that. And bare knuckle.
I'm sure there was a lot of standing around. It wasn't like, Hagler and Hearns,
yeah.
but for 75 rounds, I mean, you took some lumps. Bare knuckle. Whew. Happy birthday today, Hank O'Day, Major League Hall of Fame pitcher, manager, and umpire. Born on this day, 1859. How about Roone Arledge, the creator of Monday Night Football?
Yes.
ABC Sports executive, credited for basically.
Was he involved with Wide World of Sports too?
I think he was.
Yeah, because I used to watch that back in the day all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
1931, Marty Feldman, Igor from Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Had that
eyes.
weird
Yeah,
eye.
yeah.
1934, John David Crow. Made it work for him. Hey, take
did.
something like that.
He
Make it. John David Crow, 1957 Heisman winner from Texas A&M.
Did he play for the San Francisco 49ers? Is that correct?
Possibly. I'm not sure about his professional career.
Okay. All right.
How about Janice Pennington, one of the original Barker's Beauties?
Oh,
The Price is
Bob
Right.
Barker, really?
Lovely. And
That's not one of the ones that Bob tried to date.
She made a dishwasher look good.
Yes.
She was not one of the ones that sued him. She actually got knocked out by a camera, though. And they had to take her to the hospital. It messed up her shoulder.
Wow.
It was kind of a crazy thing. But she was there for like 20 years.
Wow.
Jeffrey Tambor, funny guy. You ever watch Larry Sanders? Remember the old Larry Sanders show?
Vaguely.
Gary Shanley.
Yes.
He was like
Gary
Hank.
Shanley. Yeah.
He was the
Gary
bald-headed
Shanley.
guy. His sidekick.
Gary's funny.
How about J-Mo Johansson, drummer from the Allman Brothers?
Yes.
Allman Brothers, man.
Yeah.
Angelica Houston, great actress.
Yep.
Well, pretty good actress
Yeah.
anyway. Daughter of John Huston, famed Hollywood director. Jack Lambert, still looking for his front teeth.
Mean.
Oh yeah. Tough. You talking about tough? Yeah. He could have bare knuckle boxed.
He might have gone 75.
He might have gone 75 rounds. Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
7 Degrees. Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
It's Footloose.
The original.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Really good movie. He's in Stir of Echoes.
Okay.
It's kind of like, it was basically like it came out the same time as The Sixth Sense. And it was not as good probably as The Sixth Sense, but everybody kind of dismissed it because of that. Right. It's actually really good. Yeah. It's about, he sees dead people.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin it for you, but.
Thank you.
Toby Keith. You big Toby Keith fan, right?
Me and country don't see eye
That's
to
right.
eye. Yeah.
That's right. I'm as good as I'm as good as I once was.
Good once
as I ever was. Yeah.
Not as good as I once was.
Not as good as I once was, but as good as once as I ever was.
Yeah.
Todd Martin, but you know the line, huh? Todd Martin, he tennis player. Big, like 6'5" American tennis player. Was back when they actually had decent American tennis players, males. And Beck.
Musician.
Musician. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me?
Lyrics to live by.
In the world of monkeys, in the world of champions. 1970, Beck was born.
Let's get out of here.
That's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.